Welcome to CSEGuru. In this session, we will discuss the simple if statement. The simple if statement is a conditional statement. So, conditional statement is nothing but in a program, we will specify the condition and the program will evaluate that condition. If the condition is true, means it will execute a specific set of statements, and if the condition is false, means it will execute another specific set of statements. So based upon the condition evaluation, the C program will decide which part of the statement will execute. So that is nothing but the conditional statement. And also, simple if comes under the category one-way selection statement. So one-way selection statement is nothing but, along with the if statement, condition will be specified and that condition will be evaluated by the C program. And when the specified condition is true, means it will execute the specific set of statements. That is, either it may be a simple statement or it may be a compound statement. So, one-way selection will specify the set of statements to execute only when the condition is true. When the condition fails, means nothing will be described. So, that is nothing but the one-way selection statement. And the simple if statement comes under one-way selection statement. So if you are considering the flowchart for one-way selection statement, here the condition will be specified. The condition or expression will be specified. When this condition is evaluated to true, means it will execute a specific set of statement. And this statement, it may be either a simple statement, that is nothing but single statement, or it may be a group of statements, that is nothing but the compound statement. So when this condition is evaluated to true, means it will execute this part. Suppose if this condition fails, means nothing will be described. None of the statement will execute. Just the control will flow to the next part of the C code and it will continuously execute each and every statement in that C code. Only here, when this expression is true, means in that case only this set of statements will execute. So this is nothing but the one-way selection statement. So this is one way. Only when condition is true, this will execute. When the condition is false, means just it will skip this part and it will continually execute the next statements in the C code. So simple if comes under one-way selection statement. The if statement executes either a simple or compound statement depending on whether or not an expression is true or false. So true in the sense it will execute the intended statement, false in the sense it will execute the remaining codes in the C program. So syntax for if statement. If, and this is a keyword, if is a keyword. Immediately after if statement, open bracket. So wherever we use this open bracket, we should use continuously. We should not give any white space here. So if, immediately open bracket and then specify the condition. Once the condition is specified, close the bracket. And already we have discussed, each and every statement in C program will end with a semicolon except a few statements. That is, if statement is one in that. That is, if statement will not end with a semicolon. So, if open bracket specify the condition, immediately close the bracket. Then, within the curly brace, specify the set of statements. Either it may be a single statement or it may be a compound statement. So only when this condition is evaluated to true, means it will execute this block of statements. Suppose when this condition fails, means nothing is described. Just the control will goes to the next statement in the C code. Just it will skip this block of statement and it will execute the next statement in the C code. And here each and every statement in C program has to end with a semicolon. This if statement should not end with the semicolon. Similarly, this curly braces, here we should not specify semicolons. So this is the syntax for if statement. And the flowchart, if you are considering if expression, so specify the condition here. The C program will evaluate this condition. When this condition is true means it will execute the statements. Suppose if this condition is false means just skip this part and cursor will move to the next statement in the C code and execute the remaining statements in the C program. So this is the logic of simple if statement. Now we will discuss an example program to implement simple if statement. C program to find odd or even number. So C program starts with the header file. Here we have specified the header file #include within angle bracket stdio.h. This stdio is nothing but the standard input output library function. So here input output is nothing but the printf statement is the output statement and scanf is the input statement. And then void main, and within the main function we have specified the C code. First we have declared the integer variable n. Next, enter the integer number. Using scanf statement, get the input value for n. Since this is an integer data type, use the format specifier %d. And ampersand we will use it here to store the value of n in the specified address location. So now we got the input for n. Next, using the if statement, check whether n modulus 2 equal to 0. So if you are implementing this condition, so whatever the number we are giving, if modulus 2 is equal to 0 means that is an even number. So when n modulus 2 is equal to 0, print in the output screen %d is an even number. So for this %d, corresponding value of n will be printed. So what is the value stored in the memory location of n, and that value is printed here. So when this condition is true means it will execute this simple statement. Another if statement we have used here to check the condition for odd number. That is n modulus 2 is equal to 1 means it is a odd number. So printf %d is a odd number. So here this %d also corresponds to n. So only when this condition is true means this statement will execute. Also, if this condition is true means this statement will execute. So if the condition fails means, suppose if this condition fails means it won't execute this statement, cursor will move to the next statement. Suppose if this condition fails means it won't execute this statement, condition will move to the next statement. So this is nothing but the simple if statement. Now we will check with the output. Enter an integer number. This printf statement, first it will print in the output screen. So user need to give input for the integer number. Suppose if we are giving 20 means n value will store 20. So in the memory location of n, value 20 will be stored. Next, if n modulus 2 is equal to 0. So n is nothing but 20 modulus 2. So 20 modulus 2, yes, it is equal to 0. So in that case, %d is an even number. So in the output screen, it will print this printf statement. So here instead of %d, n value will be printed. That is, we will get the output 20 is an even number. And next it will check the condition. If n modulus 2 is equal to 1, condition fails. It won't execute this printf statement. Cursor will move to the next statement in the program. Just it will return. And now we will get the output. The given number 20 is a even number. Suppose if the integer number I have given as 17 means, so n will store the value 70. In the memory location of n, 17 will be there. So it will check the if statement, that is 17 modulus 2 is equal to 0. No. Condition fails. 70 modulus 2 is equal to 1. So it won't execute this printf statement. Cursor will move to the next statement in the C code. So here it will check the condition if n modulus 2 is equal to 1. That is 17 modulus 2 is equal to 1. Yes, the condition is true. So it will execute this printf statement, that is %d is an odd number. So 17 is an odd number. It will print in the output screen. And the next statement, it will return. So we will get the output 17 is an odd number. So this is the simple example to check the simple if statement in C. Thank you for watching this video.